Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the all-new 2022 Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid. This one is the limited trim. There are two trims you could choose from. There is the SEL and then the limited, and this one is the limited. So let me go ahead and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood, there is a 1.6 turbocharged four-cylinder engine. It is connected to a 6-speed automatic transmission. This engine is connected to an electric motor, and it does have a 13.8 kilowatt-hour battery. And this engine produces 261 horses, and I couldn't find any torque numbers online of this plug-in hybrid, but it does say 304 Newton meters, and that is equivalent to 224 pound-feet of torque. And if you guys are curious about the fuel economy numbers, they are 35 mpgs for the gas engine and 80 mpges for the electric and gas engine. And you could drive this Tucson for 33 miles on EV mode only, and it does take about 2 hours to charge this Tucson on a 240 volt outlet. Here is a MSRP sticker of this plug-in hybrid. If you guys are interested in the standard features this one has, just go ahead and pause the video. And the price on this one is $44,000 with destination. So if you guys are curious about the color is called Phantom Black, and it does look pretty good on this Hyundai Tucson. And the price on this one is $44,000. Coming to the front, the plug-in hybrid Tucson looks the same as the other Tucsons. And overall, I love the design of the front end. Hyundai did a great job when they redesigned the Tucson, and everything right here in the front is LED, which I love. So the daytime running lights are LED, turn signal indicators, and the high and low beam. And I love the fact that when the daytime running lights are off, they are part of the grille, but when they're on, of course they're not. And as I said, everything right here in the front is LED, which is good for $44,000. There is a side vent right by the high and low beam housing, and this limited trim does have front parking sensors. There is a bottom grille, and this plastic piece right there is for the braking assist, so basically the sensor. Hyundai badge is nice and big, and the grille is finished in blacked out chrome. And this limited trim does have the 360 camera, so it does have a front facing camera. And all the way in the bottom there is this brushed aluminum piece. I think it does look very good on this Tucson Limited. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you the side view of this Tucson. Here is the side view of this Hyundai Tucson, and the side view looks good. There are a ton of sharp lines on the side of this Tucson, and with this Phantom Black you can see them very easy. On the mirror there is a turn signal indicator, blind spot monitoring system, and a camera for the 360 camera system this Tucson has. And in the bottom of the mirror there is some chrome, and that chrome wraps around and goes all the way to the back, and I think the design of that chrome piece looks good. For the rims, they have a nice design. This is the limited trim, so it's going to have the biggest rims. The size of those rims, they are 235, 55, 19, and overall I think the design looks good, and the size is good as well. I think Hyundai did a great job with the design overall. On the roof there is some roof rails. They're finished in gloss black, and this limited trim does have panoramic sunroof. But let's go ahead and move to the back, and I'll show you the back view of this Tucson. Here is the back of this Tucson plug-in hybrid, and the back looks like any normal Tucson. To be able to tell that this is the plug-in hybrid, it's going to have a badge right there on the right. And this Tucson does have a spoiler. I think it does add a nicer look to this Tucson. Third brake light is located up there. Hyundai badge is on the glass. Not a big fan of the location of it. And there's going to be an LED strip. I think it's an LED strip if I'm not mistaken. It might be halogen. Honestly, it's kind of hard to be able to tell if it's LED or halogen. And backup camera is located right underneath that LED strip in the middle. 8-track badge with plug-in hybrid. 8-track means that this is the all-wheel drive version of the Tucson, and Tucson badge is all the way to the left, and those badges are finished in chrome. They're going to be brushed aluminum in the bottom, and this plug-in hybrid does have parking sensors. The turn signal indicators and the reverse are located in the bottom, and next to the reverse is the reflector. Here's a key. Does look good. It has a really nice weight to it, and it does have 7 buttons on it: lock, unlock, tailgate release, panic button, remote start, and the smart park buttons. And it does have a physical key inside of it. To remote start the Tucson, lock it once and then hold down the remote start button. And To activate the smart park or to use the smart park, you have to remote start the SUV, and then you have to click on the front or back button. Let's go ahead and move this Tucson to the front. And basically just moves to the front and to the back. And to open the tailgate, as I said, there is a button for it, or you could use the button on the tailgate. It's actually located in the bottom right there, and there is a button inside. The tailgate opens nice and quick, and there is a button up there to close the tailgate and a handle, and inside there is a ton of space. The opening is nice and big, and overall there is a good amount of space in the back of this Tucson. And there's going to be, I think, a subwoofer right here on the right, a handle to drop the right seat down, and another handle to drop the left seat down, 12 volt, an LED light. I really wish there was another light right there. It's actually not LED, it is halogen. And you could remove this to pull a string to open the fuel door if it's not working, or if it doesn't work through the button inside. And right here on the right side, which I forgot to mention, that's where the charge port is. And on the other side, the fuel door is there, and if you plug it in, you will get 33 miles. So you could plug it in, or you could use fuel only, or you could do both if you want to. And underneath there is an AUX storage place, and right underneath this foam piece, that's where basically the electric motor is for this Tucson. Here is a front door panel. The front door panel has a really nice design to it. This top portion right here is that synthetic rubber material. It does have this black with brushed aluminum trim. Memory seats are located right there. Tweeter up there, and door handle feels nice and solid. A little bit on the lighter side. I love this cloth trim. This is that synthetic rubber material, and the armrest is very nice and soft. Even the side is nice and soft. Window switches, mirror controls, everything looks alright. Nothing too crazy or special. For a limited trim, I really wish the window switches and the buttons had like a nicer look to them. And in the bottom there is a storage place. I really wish it was a little bit bigger. This is plastic, which is fine, and it does have Bose sound system. And for the interior, it does have the tan interior. I think this tan interior looks very good. Lumbar support and seat controls are located right here on the side of the seat, and overall with the tan interior, it does make the interior of this Tucson nice and bright. But let's go ahead and move inside this Tucson. I want to show you how it looks like from the inside. And just like that, this Tucson is on, and I love the interior of this Tucson. Steering wheel looks good, and those two beautiful 10.25-inch screens look really, really nice. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather. It is nice and thick, and the 10 and 2 grips are nice and thick as well. And it does have some brushed aluminum right here on the steering wheel. And overall, I think the steering wheel design has a really nice look to it. It does have an opening right here in the bottom, which I love. And overall, I think Hyundai did a great job with the steering wheel design. All the way to the left, that's where the volume controls, phone controls, and voice command are going to be. And on the right is the safety features, basically the adaptive cruise control and the steering assist. And right behind the steering wheel, there are some paddle shifters, wiper controls for the front and back on the right, and on the left is the turn signal controls, the headlight controls, and the high and low beam. And in the bottom, there are going to be a few buttons: brightness control, tailgate release, traction control, and the fuel door release. And as I told you guys, this screen is a 10.25 inch. It does look very good. And when you change the drive modes, it does change. So sport mode, it does turn to red. Smart and snow, basically it's the same. And eco is different, but seriously, the resolution of this screen is very, very good. And you could see a good amount of things right here in the middle. If you click on this button right here, it will change. You could go through a few things in that center display, and you could go up and down. Here is a screen. It is a touch screen. It is a 10.25 inch screen. It does look very good. And overall, Hyundai system is nice and responsive, and it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Here is the backup camera, and as I told you guys, it does have the 360 camera, and seriously, the resolution is very, very good, and I think you could zoom in and zoom out. I think Hyundai and Genesis are the only two brands that could make you zoom in and zoom out of the 360 camera. You could change the views, you could see the rims, which is nice. So very, very good camera system. Here is the engine start stop, and in the bottom there is a good amount of touch sensitive buttons. Not a big fan of them. And volume controls, map, you could go to map by clicking this button, and you will have favorite button, radio, media. And for the climate controls, they're very easy to use. Fan speed, it does have an auto function. Here is the temperature, same thing for the passenger, and you could change the modes, and you could only have driver only if you want to, so it does turn off the passenger. And in the bottom there is two USBs, one for charging and one for Apple CarPlay. And this Tucson Limited does have wireless phone charger. And on the side there is a little bit of storage place. It's not deep or big, but I'm glad that Hyundai made a storage place right here on the side. And this limited trim does have cold seats, 3 stages, heated seats, 3 stages. It does have heated steering wheel, hill descent, parking sensors. This button will turn on the camera system in this Tucson. You could lock the wheels, so if you get stuck, all the wheels will spin at the same time. Drive mode, and you could only drive on EV mode, so basically only electric. And here is Hyundai shift by wire. I love the brushed aluminum with the gloss black, and it is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Here is the e-brake, brake hold, cup holders are nice and big, and the armrest is a little bit hard. Inside there is an okay space, and for the rear view mirror, it is nice and big, and it's not frameless, but I think it does look pretty good. Garage controls right underneath this mirror. It does have this Tucson does have Blue Link, and this Tucson Limited has LED lights, which is nice. And as I told you, it does have a panoramic sunroof. And here is the visor. It is nice and soft. Inside there is a mirror, and there is a light up there. For the back door panel, it does have the same design as the front, of course. This top portion right here is finished in plastic. This black with the brushed aluminum trim looks good. This whole thing right here is wrapped in cloth, which is nice, and this is that synthetic rubber material. Door handle feels nice and light, but solid at the same time. It does have 2-stage heated seats here in the back, window switch. The armrest is nice and soft. All the way in the bottom, this is plastic, which is fine. A bottle holder and a speaker, and as I said, it does have the Bose sound system in this limited trim. And for the back seats are actually spacious, so there's a good amount of leg room, and headroom is very good in this Tucson. And this panoramic sunroof looks honestly amazing. And inside there is an armrest, and it is nice and soft. 2 cup holders. They are a little bit on the smaller side. I really wish they were a little bit bigger, but there is some AC vents here, and 2 USBs in the bottom, and that's how the front of this Tucson looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid. Big thanks to the guys here at Kia Hyundai in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this Tucson. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put the information, a link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.